Hey everyone, welcome back. Man, remember back when I said that I wasn't going to be filming on location very often? I don't know. Maybe I'm superstitious. I don't know. Maybe it's the coffee, but it seems like more and more every time I film away from my office, when I'm away from home, suddenly my best writing just comes to me. Again, could be the change of scenery, could be the coffee, firing up something in the brain. Probably it's more of a placebo or a situation where on days I feel like going and writing somewhere else are the days when I already feel just emotionally better and I feel emotionally more creative already. So it's a bit of a chicken and egg thing. It's not so much that being in a new location makes me write better. It's I'm feeling really creative that day. And so because I feel really creative, I want to go write somewhere else. And I just happen to do well at the other location. And I attribute it to that place instead. Wow, that's a really weird way of saying that. But whatever it is, today's session is a good example of just writing on location and having a great session. So I finally put down some paragraphs for the next chapter that I've been working on. I have at least kind of an idea of what I'm doing. Again, it's word by word, sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph, these things come together. And at least for the moment, it seems like it's doing well. So, yeah. It's interesting how bipolar this whole process is. It really is kind of maddening when you think about what you're doing, what you're working on, and all that, and how one day you're doing awesome, the next day you're completely angry. And I say it all the time. The good sections are going to come, bad sections are going to come. It's more about just showing up. But man, when you have a good writing day, it just makes everything else in your day just click well. And I will say, and this goes back probably to what I was saying before some years ago when I was doing the write every day thing, which is I find that my baseline does improve. That while you do have day-to-day fluctuations of good and bad writing, overall my baseline does seem to be much higher. The floor, if you will, of my quality of writing is a lot higher. And the ceiling gets a little bit higher as well when it comes to my writing. So my worst days are not nearly as bad when I'm writing every day as they are when I'm writing sporadically. And my peak days, my best days, generally speaking, are usually a little bit better than my other good days when I'm writing more often. For whatever reason that is. Something to think about. Obviously, I'm not intending to write every day for, months and months and years after this. I'll be probably looking ahead here now that I'm coming towards like the halfway mark of this little challenge. I'm probably going to be taking a couple days off once this challenge is over and then just continuing on. And I'll probably have a situation where I write probably 5-6 days a week, maybe take 1 or 2 days off a week, depending. Really going to be, my intention will still be every day, but it's probably going to be a bit more like when I had my kid last year, where it's going to be just, you intend to write every day, but there are going to be some days when you're going to be a little bit easy on yourself and just say it's okay to take a day off. That's the future, at least, of this process. It's not a bad thing. There are a lot of professional writers that do just that. One of my old professors, who's written a lot of YA middle grade books, very famously writes Monday to Friday and takes the weekends off to hang out with her family. It's not a bad style at all to kind of have that, to have like the blue collar work ethic of a Monday to Friday schedule and weekends off is not a bad thing at all. The only the only real issue with it is just that if you're like me, where the writing doesn't pay the bills, Monday to Friday writing is probably like what, an hour, 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours out of your day on a good day. That's more or less all you're going to get. And so when you get rid of weekends, you're cutting out the days when you probably have the largest chunk of uninterrupted time to get long sessions in, to get really good long sessions in, which, again, if you're like me and you have to work for a living to support yourself, that can be a bit of a detriment, because you're getting rid of, kind of the perfect days to actually do creative work. It's not like the people that write Monday to Friday and that are professional writers, they're usually writing for, maybe 4 hours or something like that. Maybe not that much, but usually you're probably going to get probably at least half a work day probably of actual writing done, when you are doing this professionally. Simply put, if you're, doing your, like I said, you're doing your blue collar work, you're doing just, your regular 40-hour week work, it's hard to fit 4 hours of writing into your schedule. Like your brain's already fried by the end of the day, or in the morning. I mean, you're not getting up 4 hours before work, right? Your brain's already fried by the end of the day. There's no way you're getting 4 hours of writing in. It's not going to happen. And so that's the downside. By cutting out weekends, you are taking off the prime days to actually get real quality work done in large chunks. So keep that in mind. All it really affects ultimately is just the pace. It's gonna take longer to write a book. I was at dinner 2 nights ago with a friend of mine who is another author, and he's gonna have probably his first draft of his new book done by December, and he plans by sometime next summer to have it finished. It's a shorter book, and he does it for a living. He teaches for a living, and he does tutoring online, but for the most part, he has kind of a much more open schedule than I do. So he gets to get things done much quicker, right? It's not like me where I've already resigned myself to a few years in this project. So it simply is what it is. If as long as you're comfortable taking your time with it like I am, and really taking a few years, a Monday to Friday schedule, some weekends off, is not a bad deal at all. So just some musings, just some thoughts on where I'm going to be in the future after this thing's over, and my thoughts on writing every day now that I have, a kid. So with that, hope you've enjoyed my ramblings, and I will see you all tomorrow.